Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope my voice can project well enough. Unfortunately, I'm a little under the weather, but today we're talking about textbooks. And for my persuasive speech, I chose to do a topic that is currently affecting me even as we speak right now. And it's all focuses on textbooks being obsolete in schools. And for those of you, for lack of information, obsolete means we're trying to get rid of textbooks in schools. And well, this is my opinion, this is my belief. Now, before we even, start listing all those reasons why we need to get rid of textbooks, I actually wanted to show you guys one of my textbooks. This is one of many, and it is my Principle of Accounting College textbook. So I'm going to use this as a reference for a lot of my points that I'm going to be making, and I hope you guys enjoy my speech. So when we talk about textbooks, the first thing that I want to talk about is how expensive they are. So every semester we get a list of all these textbooks that we need to purchase for every single course. And I'm telling you guys, usually my tuition bill for textbooks is somewhere around a $3,000 range, which is pretty expensive. And I believe that comes out of pocket. First of all, you have to pay for that. And I believe that it's a waste of money, because half of the time when we purchase these textbooks, we're not even really utilizing them. We get most of our information from the internet to begin with, and heck, the actual textbook can be found on the internet. So why are we purchasing it? Well, the other point about the textbook that I wanted to talk to you about is the actual health, how it affects your health. And you might think, how is a textbook going to affect my health? Well, from personal experience, growing up in the Caribbean and even being here, I remember having to carry your textbooks in your backpack. And it would cause you to kind of walk slump because there's so much weight on your back and your shoulders. And I've even noticed it now when I go to school and I'm carrying books like these, because, I have the class and I feel like it's necessary for me to bring the textbook along. It's usually a struggle because by the time I get back home, my shoulders, my back, it aches. And that's what we don't realize, how much we are actually hurting our body and how much this simple book, don't get me wrong, it looks simple, but it's pretty darn heavy. It affects our posture, which is super important that we have good postures for so many reasons. And that's just the health part of why I feel we need to, get textbooks out of schools. Now, my third reason is a lot of the materials, and I probably mentioned this before, but this is one of the most valid reasons in my opinion. Some of the textbooks that we are purchasing, that information is actually located online. And what makes it even better when you can retrieve your information online is these textbooks are printed. And unfortunately, when you have a textbook printed, you can't update it. The only option is to buy a new version, and that includes spending more money again. So, not for that. So instead of having to continually update your textbooks, I believe that you can actually get that information online. And keep in mind that when your information is online, it can actually be updated online, which makes it a lot easier for us students. When we're trying to get information, we don't have to look through 3 different versions of a book to get information on one topic. So we've talked about the prices of the textbook. We've talked about the health, the effect it has on our health and our posture. And we've talked about the alternative. In so much speaking to, how we can get the information online, I wanted to mention something that a lot of people have access to smartphones. I'm actually using my smartphone to record at the moment. But we have access to our smartphones, we have tablets, we have computers. These are things that we carry on us daily, regardless if we're going to school or if we're going to work. And it's not an addition to going to school. It's what we have on us readily, and it actually can give us the same gateway to the information that we have on textbooks already. I can go on my phone and log into a Cengage website and be able to pull up the ebook, which can be updated via Cengage using links and telling me that this has changed and this is new. And this is why I believe that the publishing of textbooks and using it in classes completely not necessary. Let's use our online material. Let's teach our generation to utilize the internet more so for educational purposes. We need to promote that a lot more. Now, something else that I wanted to talk about in regards to textbook, apart from the whole the expense part and the health part and the the care, the actual, the the updating of the textbook. The next thing I actually wanted to talk about is the care of the textbooks. Guys, I've had this textbook for one semester, and I promise you I am not a messy student, but it just goes to show that when you're having papers, like textbooks, papers in general, if you're not absolutely careful, you end up in situations where pages can get torn easily. You end up in situations where you're reading something, your pen, there's so many ways that you can damage your textbook. And that's why I hate using it, because I don't want to have it looking dirty. But unfortunately, when I do utilize it, it's, you're turning your flipping pages, you're trying to get information, and along the way, a few pages might tear, but it just happens to be the situation with textbooks, guys. So I hope you agree with me, and you are going to back me when I say textbooks need to be eliminated. Let's focus on using all the online material. Let's use our smartphones for a more educational purpose. Let's utilize it for better purpose versus going online and playing games. Let's use it so that it can educate us. We have so many other avenues to access information, iPads, tablets, if you look at it, books now are even being transferred to Kindle tablets for the purpose of reading. And this will show you how much we're trying to transition. We are a world that is living, that technologically we change consistently. So we need to keep up to date with that change and start getting rid of these and start utilizing what's already in our possession to gain information. So I hope you guys enjoyed my speech today, and please have a good night.